Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And today we have Italy, turn 4. That's going to end turn 4 for the game. And then on to Japan and Germany. Well, Germany and Japan, turn 5. First, we got Italy, though. We've got 12 bucks on 2 mechs and an artillery, 10 on an air base. We have a man and an artillery, a military base, and then for the last 7, we've got a destroyer. All right. Well, here we go. Where do we want to start? We'll grab these 2 transports here. They were in a real mess there, so I pulled them out a little bit. And we're not taking anybody from here. We need all those bodies. So we're going to take Buddy from Greece and this tank from Taranto, and they're going to land here in Sicily. And we've got 2 guys in Rome. They're going to hop on over like that. Now, these guys, it's a pretty low chance of them getting hits with 2s. And so we're going to bring these bombers. They can all make it 1, 2, 3, and they can land in Taranto 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can land back in there. And the other one is just a couple of horsies are going to come into eastern Ukraine and try to deal with that guy. So we're going to start with the eastern Ukraine one. So I've got 2 at 3 versus 1 at 4. And no hits. Okay, so I got a hit. So then the eastern Ukraine fella is going to go away. The Italians won that one. That's a good start. Can we keep it going? So for the northern one here, we're going to have 4 at 4. And actually, we can use the destroyers with bombards. So we'll use 1 bombard here and 1 bombard here. So bombard of 1 for the destroyer in Sardinia. And then a bombard of 1 for the destroyer in Sicily. Okay, well, hey, have some fun. All right, so for the northernmost island, we have 4 at 4 and 2 at 2. Okay, so we did get 1 hit. That's all we needed. He's French Foreign Legion on Italian soil. So, no hit for him. All right, so these annoying fellows, but they did their job. And here we've got 1 at 2. And the light Italian tank, I think it's a 3. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then we've got 2 at 4. Nothing. And his defense at 5, no good. We're going to start with the bombers here. No, that's not going to. 1 at 3. And then 1 at 2. No. And the French defense at 5. Yeah, it's an 8. All right, 2 at 4. 1 at 3. 1 at 2. No. And 1 at 5. I think that's probably going to be a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. Of course it is. Why not? 2 at 4. Come on, bombers. Oh, that was a 4. Why'd you roll away? There we go. The tank got him, and then the French also gets a hit. So we're going to actually kill the plane. I hate killing an Italian bomber. I'm going to kill this one because it's not as pretty as this one. We're going to take these back over, though, because we need to. Okay. That hurts. Well, what can you do? Okay. So non-com. So these 2 bombers are going to end up back in Taranto. And take off these combats here. This thing is going to fly into Cairo. Doesn't fight or anything, but it does absorb a hit. All the Italian aircraft are going to move into Cairo. So that's 2 fighters, 2 tacticals are moving into Cairo. And I believe that's... Oh, and then the Italians that got the non-combat out here ready to go. It's going to go into Bordeaux. So the 2 Italians move into Bordeaux. And that is everything. So, actually, we are going to move this stuff back out. We're going to move that into there. We'll leave the subs here, though. There we go. All right, so the 4, so there's 6 Italian transports there off the coast of Rome. So Italy is going to go up 1, 2, 3. Going to go up a grand total of 4. Going to go up a grand total of 4. Russia will drop 1 and the UK will drop 3. And then we'll put on our build. So we got 2 mechs and an artillery are going to go into Tobruk, which is looking really sparse right now. We have a man and an artillery going into Rome. And we have a destroyer. It's going to join the fleet right there. Military base goes into Cairo, as does the air base. So there's now an air base in Cairo. All right, we spent all of our money, but we went up 4. So that's up to 33. And I believe we are getting 6 bonus right now because we have Marseille, Greece, Cairo, and there are no allied surface vessels. I believe is that 8? I'll have to check. I don't have the list in front of me right now. Or do I? Yes, I do. It's actually, there's 3 for each, so 6 points. So I go up to 33 plus 6 is going to be 39 that I will have for next turn for Italy. So that is it, and I will shortly give you a rundown of what is going on around the world. Right, well that's the end of round 4, turn 4, and I'm going to give a quick overview of what's going on here. So the Atlantic, again, not brimming with boats, but the Canadians have a couple destroyers and transports, some British destroyers there. Soviet fleet coming down to be shelter for the British transports. They got some scramble there, so suicide for me to try to hit them. Well played by Hunt Like David. So they're going to be coming here any moment now. Won't be a D-Day landing because there's no Americans in the Atlantic to speak of. The closest ones are down here in Brazil, and they're going to be busy trying to get the rest of Brazil. Eastern Front, the Soviets have been pushing hard into the Scandinavian countries. They took all of Finland. Germany was able to take Leningrad during Barbarossa, even though I didn't use my +1 attacks and whatnot, but it's really tough playing by yourself sometimes. You forget some key things. But I will be using Germany here to get close to Moscow next turn. You'll see that. I was finally able to wrest control of these Mediterranean islands away from the Free French, who got their free boat in the rolls, and he used them very well to put those 2 there, but I had to take care of those things. Over here we have Cairo is under Italian and German management right now. Just built an air base, a little bit of scramble going on there maybe, but definitely longer legs for the aircraft, which can be quite handy. Let's see here. What else have we got going on? A little bit of stuff coming up here. He likes his tanks with the South Africans. He's bulking up their economy. Big British fleet here. This is the coagulation of the Mediterranean and the Far East Command fleet with a couple of additions here and there. And some more Dutch and Anzac stuff here. And the battle continues here around Burma. Not much else going on. He sank a cruiser here, landed his plane there. All my carriers got sunk. We're going to be possibly revisiting how that happened. All my transports got sunk. All my carriers got sunk. So that stings. And I didn't kill anything. Maybe a sub got killed. I don't quite remember. Up here, the Chinese are being annoying, so we're going to have to go in and stop that. And we got partisans springing up, which they are wont to do. So I got to be careful about that because I don't want to be going backwards when I should be going forwards. Got a few units here on the ground trying to outproduce the Chinese, and they're trying to bulk up the Burma Road to keep their bonus going. So we're going to have to try to be a little bit of a fly in the ointment on that. Not sure if we have the horses to do it though. not much else going on around here, and a little bit of convoying going on, but this will be the last turn for that, as he built a boatload of destroyers up here. And the Canadians are still waiting for their turn to head across. So this is where we're at, folks. That's the end of turn 4, turn 5 coming. And we'll see what Germany can do. We got threats on this side, we got threats on that side. This two-front war stuff, not fun. All right, here we go. Turn 5 coming up. All right, here we go. And Germany is having to go on the defensive. So we've basically got 2 turns of life left, and if it doesn't work out for us, that might be it. So we'll see how it goes here. So we're building 10 men, a Fallschirmjäger, an SS, a fortification, and then we got 2 Panzer Grenadiers and an artillery, 2 regular mechs and an artillery. We've got a tactical. And then this is the home-built stuff for the Axis. Of course, I've lost Finland, so that's all gone. Now, essentially what's going to happen, I'm just going to come around to the other side of the table here. What's going to happen here is Germany's just going to do what it normally does. It's going to come in here, Oral Kursk, and everybody's going to go into Oral Kursk. Except for this tank. So this tank is going to go into Crimea and then come back. So we took Crimea there. Or do we want to do that? No, we don't want to do that because then a partisan's going to spring up. But who cares about partisans? Yeah, we're going to... You know what? We're not going to take it. It's not worth a buck. Not worth a buck at all. Because we're either going to win this Battle of Moscow or not. And if we lose it, it doesn't matter. Crimea won't matter. So we're just going to move everything in here on this attack. And I think it's fair to say that Buddy here is in a bad way. So we'll roll him out. I'm pretty sure Hunt Like David would agree that he's dead, and I'm sure he'll get a hit. Oh, he didn't get a hit. All right. We also have this battle, though. I'm just, all this stuff is going in from down here. I got to bring everything in. Oops. Okay. We got this battle here, and I've got all my aircraft helping out with that one. So I'm pretty sure this guy's toast too, but I can roll it out just in case, because the dice have been crazy sometimes. And for some reason, I left all my dice over there. Okay, so here we go. Tactical at 7. Another tactical at 7. And a third tactical at 7. Yeah, remember what I said about the dice being bad for me? They don't like me. All right, there we go. We have a 7 with the thing, another miss. So that's 4 7s in a row. The 6 for the Romanian fighter. Here we go. Yay, go Romania. And so here in Kiev, we've got the defense, and he gets a 1. All right, so we're just going to kill 1 mech. So all this is in Kiev. All right, put those there. Now up here we have combat, but it's just a run through. So the cavalry is going to go here and into Viipuri and take that away from the, I'll leave that like that, take that away from the Soviet Union. Unfortunately, at the end of the Russian turn, this is going to go into full infantry mode, and I will lose this territory, but it's just not worth fighting over at this time. So that is all the combat that is going on. But I am going to do some non-combat. So this is non-combats here. So mech into there, cavalry into there, man into there, artillery into there. These 2 tanks are going to go into Belarusia. We have a Finnish fighter. It's going to fly into Leningrad. And we have a veteran German fighter into Leningrad. And we have a bomber into Leningrad. And then over here, we've got one mech. He's going to go into Bessarabia. We have got all these fighters and everything are going to come into Western Ukraine. These are the fighters and tacticals that fought in Kiev so beautifully. This tactical is just going to come up into here, the one from Bulgaria. These mechs and Panzer Grenadiers from Romania. Romania essentially is going to empty into Western Ukraine. So everything goes into there. The mech from Bulgaria comes into there as well. So I think we have people in all of the formerly captured territories except for here. I could land a plane here, like attack that and still land there because it is German territory. But I do not want to strand a plane. Now we got 2 mechs and an artillery in Hungary, and they're going to go 1-2 into Bessarabia, towing the mech. And we've got 2 Panzer IVs, and they're going to go into East Poland, through West Poland into East Poland. Got a medium bomber. He's going to fly up here to Leningrad. And I believe... Oh, yes. And so in Paris, all this Paris stuff, well, first of all, we're going to non-com these tacticals. They can move 5, 2, 3, 4. And actually, you know what? They can go up to here, right? So they can go from Reims. They go Western Germany, 1, 2, 3. So they can all go into Leningrad. Okay. So all of these planes are going into Leningrad. We are going to need them in our fight for Moscow. It's going to be the fight of our lives, and we will need every good German pilot there to help us out. Meanwhile, we're going to send out all of these guys into Reims, and this mech is going to come up and go into Reims as well. All right, that is that there. We have a destroyer with the sub. The destroyer is going to come over here and join the Italian fleet. And the final non-combat movement, boy, it's really empty in here all of a sudden, are the 4 planes from Cairo. There's an air base in Cairo now. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and land in Western Ukraine with the rest of the Air Force. So that is that. Weakening Cairo. I don't know if it's weak enough for the British to try to attack it, but Hunt Like David likes doing stuff like that, so I have a good feeling there's an attack coming down there. All right, so this is where we're at, folks. We are ready for our assault on Moscow, and the Russians obviously know we're coming. They've got 16 infantry, and they've got 9 guards units, and a couple of heavy tanks and some artillery. So they're prepped, and they can build 10 more units there. And they're going to be able to shuttle some more units in and walk some guys in. So they can go up by another 15, 16 units here on this turn. And it'll be interesting to see if I'm able to actually break them. I got high-powered units, definitely. Lots of air power, lots of high-powered units. And quite a number of infantry, and what's 15? I got about 22 infantry there, so it will be interesting. There's the fortification though, which protects the infantry, puts them up +1, and that can really cause some grief. And me attacking with the fort there is all my stuff is -1 on the first round, so that can be a problem. But we did take Oral Kursk for 1, and we did take Viipuri for 1. And I believe that was all the shooting that we did. So that's going to be a difference of 3. So that takes me up to 72. Oops, I don't know if that was on camera. I think that takes the Soviets down to 31. But they're making, I think they're making 17 in bonuses. The bonuses are really steep for up here. You get $6 if you take Helsinki, and they get money if they hold on to any 2 of the 3 cities here. So they're in the money, as they say. And even if Moscow falls, we know that they can shift to Novosibirsk. They lose their money, but they can shift to Novosibirsk. So sometimes a good plan is, if you think you're not going to win this, then you put a big build here, and yeah, you might win this. But if you don't, at least you got another standing army here ready to go to face whatever might come your way. But the Allies are definitely gearing up to come on in and alleviate some pressure. I'm going to just stop it here and put on my build, and we will be back with Japan. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And today we have got ourselves a fun time with Japan attacking all over the place and making a real mess of things. So, to start off with, we've got our 78 bucks, 2 fighters for 20, 24 bucks in mech and artillery. We got 10 bucks here, 2 men and artillery. We have 8 men. And then the Siamese guy is a freebie. So that's our money there. And I have done out all of the attacks. They are all labeled here, lovingly labeled, as it were, all around the map. And so you can see what's going on. Japan is attacking all over the place. And we're just going to get right to it. That would have taken like 10 minutes of your time that I'm sure you don't have. So I did contact Hunt Like David, who's playing a magnificent game here and driving me absolutely bonkers, about this attack here. He's got the Dutch coastal sub, and I asked if it's going to stay up or if it's going to drop. And he said it's going to stay up. He said guns blazing, to use his words. So I have two submarines coming in. I forgot to move my planes out from here, and I forgot to move these out from here. My goodness, the Philippines is lacking, I say. So I've got 2 at 4 and 2 at 6. No sneak attacks, of course. So 2 at 4. The blues are the 4s, I guess. I'm going to try to go more top down on this so we can all see it. There we go. That looks pretty good there. Okay. So the blues are 4s and the pinks are the 6s. Okay, so we got 2 hits, and that would be the sub, and I am sure the escort carrier, because the destroyers need to see my subs, and if they start going, it's bad news. So 2 hits on them, but we'll see what happens. His sub shoots back at a 2. Yeah, of course he gets a hit. The escort carrier at a 2, almost, and his 2 destroyers. Okay, so he got 1 hit on me, and that was with the sub. So it has to be a sub I choose, because subs cannot hit planes. And I got 2 hits on him, and I'm assuming what I assume. So hopefully I'm correct. So now I have 1 at 4 and 2 at 6. And no hits whatsoever. His 2 4s come back, and no hits. I got 1 hit. He got 1 hit. Okay, so he peels off a destroyer, and I'm going to lose a submarine. So that's enough fighting for me. My planes have long enough legs to get back to the Philippines. They are naval fighters, so they have a +1 in their movement. So they moved 1, 2, 3, and then go 4, 5, 6 back to the Philippines. So I'm just going to non-com them back now, and he wins that battle. Okay. Not a great start, especially when a coastal sub gets a hit on you. That's a little demoralizing for the fans. Here we go. Now we've got 2, a 3, a 6, and a 7 versus a 4 and a 6. So we'll just roll them one at a time. All right, here we go. A 2. This is a 5. Sorry, you couldn't see it on the thing here. It was a miss. 3. A 6. Let's get that 6 back. Yay! So 6 and a 7. Let's get a hit. Okay, so 1 whole hit. one hull hit. I'm going to put that there. And he's got a 4 and a 6. Okay. So now I've got a 7, a 6. That's a 1. Yeah, that's a 1. Okay, so that's both hits. He's got a 6 left over. Of course he gets a hit. Ugh. Well, that's all right. We'll lose our SNLF. We got lucky on the first round that he missed. So, all right. So that is that. Okay, so we capture Borneo. Borneo is now under Japanese control. Let's do this naval battle here now. Naval battle where we've got 2 cruisers and 2 transports versus 2 destroyers and 2 tacticals. Okay, so I've got 2 at 4, that's the blues, and 2 at 6, or 7. 2 at 7 is the purples. Oh, don't know why I care. I got 1 hit. Okay, so that'll be a cruiser. He's got 2 at 6, that'll be the pinks, and 2 at 1 will be the blues. Okay, so he got a hit on me, so that'll be the Siamese destroyer. I don't know why I always pull that one off. I guess it's for the symmetry of everything being the pumpkin orange. Okay, so his cruiser is gone. So now I've got 1 at 4 and 2 at 7. So I got 1 hit, so that'll be his cruiser. And he's got... Oh, I didn't roll his transports at 1 from last round. Okay, no, it's not a 1. It's don't get excited. It's a 10. And then from this round, he's got a cruiser. Maybe I did. Did I call them 4s? I can't remember. All right, whatever. Here we go. 1 at 6, 2 at 1. Okay, no hits there. All right. Okay, so his other cruiser's gone. So now I've got a destroyer, and so it's 1 at 4, 2 at 7. Okay, so that's 2 more hits. And he's got 2 at 1. And that's not going to be a 1 on any day of the week. So that's going to get rid of the 2 transports. They go away. Okay, so that's a win there. Now we got Singapore. Singapore is defended lightly at this point, 1 guy. So I have 2 guys coming in. Both are bonsai, so they're both at 3, and then the tactical is at 7. So 2 at 3, 1 at 7, and everybody misses. That's a 9. He has a 4. Okay, 2 at 3, everybody misses. Okay, that is 4. Okay, finally my plane hits and the bonsai hits. And his 4 comes back with a hit. All right, so the Siamese guy, he's gone. That's gone. The fort is gone. Well, we're taking losses, but can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs, am I right? Let's see, are there other small ones we want to do? Yeah, let's do these ones over here. So we've got, oh, yeah. So we've got a destroyer, a cruiser, and a veteran. So the destroyer is against his sub. So destroyer, cruiser, and a veteran. We'll start with the veteran at 7. Yeah, why not? Cruiser at 6. There we go. So that's a hit with a 3. And then his sub comes back with a 2. Okay. And the one beside it is just a destroyer and a veteran. That's all that is versus his sub. Destroyer. Veteran. Come on, veteran. Where are you? Yeah, it's a 3. And then his sub comes back, thankfully, without a hit. Okay. The Canadians. Okay, so we've got, I'm not going to angle way up there. So I've got a cruiser. And I'm attacking his 2 transports. So it's a 6 versus 2 1s. Do this. Try to get it centered. Well, I think the winds are just blowing against me on this one, folks. I'm just not meant to be there. Okay, well, lost a cruiser to a Canadian transport after I lost 2 subs and a destroyer to Canadian transports. So, what can you do, eh? That's what makes the game fun. All right, here up in Yan'an, we have 2 airborne coming in and 2 artillery and 2 mech. So we will have the airborne bumped up by the artillery. So they're going to be 4s. And the artillery are 3s. So the pinks are 4, the artillery is 3. Okay, so we just needed 1 hit. And he's got a Chinese cavalry up there, so it's defending at a 2. That's a 10. Okay, so that's gone. And then we have the partisans. This is the one that I don't have a lot of faith in. He's rolling a lot of 1s on me here, so... I got a 2 and a 3 versus his 2. So the blue is the 2, pink is the 3. Okay, nothing. He comes back with a 2. See, that's how you roll 3s. Blue is a 2, yeah, okay. So I got him. His 2 responds with a 5. Okay, so the partisan goes away. All right. So I think the last battle now is Burma. That's the last one. So... I'm going to organize this a little better. We got all the stuff coming in here. I got artillery. I got 2 artillery. I got heavy artillery, mech. So all these guys are going to be 3s, and the heavy artillery is going to be 4s. Because the heavy artillery has got 3s at 4s, and then we've got 3 veterans. We got a bomber, and we've got a regular fighter, and then we've got the naval fighter. So... I'll put that there. Okay, so we've got 3 at 3. Oh, sorry, we've got 5 at 3. 5 at 3, and then we have 6 at 4. So we're going to start with our 5 at 3. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 12 units in there, so this is not foregone at all. All right, so these are all at 3. Oh, 2 hits. That's all right. And now we have 6 at 4. 6 at 4. And we come right back down to earth. Now we got 2 at 4 with the bombers. The bomber, I should say. So that's 1 more, so that's 3 hits. And we got 1 at 6 with the fighter. It's a miss. 1 at... Oh, the other fighter is a 6, the naval fighter. So that's a hit. So up to 4. And then we got 3 veterans at 7. I'm just going to pull this out of the way. All right, so 1 more hit with the veterans. So I got a grand total of 5 hits. So I'm going to assume the 3 Chinese infantry and then 2 more British infantry. All right. So he's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 9 at 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So these are all at 4. 1, 2 hits. So we'll take off the Siamese infantry. And we'll take off his losses there of 5. Okay. All right. Back we go. So now we have 3 at 3, and we actually have 8 at 4, but we'll do our 3 at 3, 3 at 3. I don't think that's going to land anywhere. Yeah, it's a 4. So 1 hit. 1 hit. Then we got 8 at 4. 8 at 4. And 2 hits. So that's up to 3. Oh. I didn't roll the rest of his defense. So I'm going to take away those hits. Forgot to roll his tanks. Tank at 6. It's a miss. And Churchill's, you know what? I'm actually at a little loss as to what the Churchills shoot at. I haven't looked at Churchill's in a while, but I got it right here. And Churchill's are 8s. They defend at 8. So he's got 2 at 8. So I got 1 hit. So I'm going to take away a mech. All right. Well, back to the second round of battle now. So I got 2 at 3 instead of 3 at 3. No hits. Then I've got 8 at 4. Nah, it's not nowhere near. So 2 hits. So we're behind by a hit here. We got 2 at 6. Nothing. 3 at 7. 2 hits. So 4 hits on this one. Yeah. So that'll be artillery and men. Okay. That is everything. So he's got 4 at 4. Got 1 hit. Okay. So he got 1 hit on me. 4 on him. And then he's got 1 at 6. And 2 at 8. 1 hit. Okay, so he got 2 on me. So that's my 2 artillery are going away. All right. All right, so we are down to it now. I've got no more 2s, no more 3s. I do have 8 at 4. 8 at 4. I thought I had 8 blue dice, but I guess I don't. 8 at 4. Here we go. Nothing. All right. That's so awesome. 2 at 6. 1 hit. I need 2 more hits here. So let's go 3 at 7. Let's get 2 hits here, guys. What do you say? For the first time ever. Hey, 2 hits. So that's everything. He's got 1 at 6. Hit. 1 at 8. Hit. And another 1 at 8. 12. Miss. So I survive with 1 heavy artillery. That is it. And everything else is gone. Okay, so just for the non-coms here, of course, the air power is going to go back into Siam. All the air power goes into Siam. That's what's got to happen there. All these combats go away. Destroyer stays there, though. He survived. He gets to stay. The bonsai charges can go here because it's about where they're going to use them. We got some non-combat movements going on here. So this artillery is going to move into Yunnan. This mech and the artillery are going to move into Yunnan. So these 2 transports didn't get used. So this transport's going to go here. He can go 3 because of the... Actually, he can't go 3. He can only go 2. Huh. Well, we're going to bring him then. See here, we'll bring him up to here. So he's done. We'll lay him on his side. This guy is going to go up 1, 2, and then back into Siam. He's going to pick up an artillery and a man. Might as well just do that. No sense getting fancy. These 2 S and LF are going to go into Kwangsi. These 2 mech are... Actually, we're just going to have 1 mech go up there. And the other mech and the artillery are going to come into Kwangsi. So I'm just going to swap out. I lost a mech this turn, so that's easy. Get him out of the bone pile. That's all that. That's all that. Airborne are in there. Now for non-combat, so we don't end up with any more partisans poking their heads up. Or are we going to have a partisan? Did I not plan that right? Well, we don't want a partisan popping up in Vladivostok. And these 2 guys had to beat up the partisan. He's coming into northern Manchuria. So looks like a partisan will be popping up despite my best efforts. I just obviously am not on my A game at this point. All right. This escort carrier is going to come to this side of Japan. This tactical flew from here. It's got 5. So 1, 2, 3. He's got to land there. Does not have the legs to do anything else. This guy here went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to land in Siam. This fleet is going to come. No, we're going to get shredded by that big British fleet, so we'll stay right there. You can come to us. I think that's it for that. You know what? This transport that I kind of just brought up here to do nothing, I think he's just going to stay in here or move into there. I think that's it for non-coms. I think maybe that's what I'll do. So the transport that wasn't used, he's going to come up here, come back. He's going to grab this guy out of Hong Kong and bring him into Siam. These veteran fighters have a range of 5. They went 1, 2, and then they've got 3 more. So 3, 4, and 5. They will land in French Indochina. They can both. This one here actually has a longer range. So 1, 2, 3. He's going to land right there in Siam. And I believe that is everything. That's all the combats. Oh, I think, yeah, I know what I messed up now. Okay. It's always good to be able to recognize and identify your mistakes so that you don't repeat them. But dang it, if I want to repeat them, you know? That's how I roll. Okay. So, all the ships that I want to move have moved. And we're going to take all these arrows off of here. Then we're going to capture us some territory and get the board going. All right. So, versus FEC, we were able to take Singapore for 2 and Burma for 1 and Borneo for 4. All right, so that is $7. So Japan goes up 7. Japan goes up 7, and we'll get a little in here. Japan goes up 7, and FEC obviously goes down 7, so I don't need to mark that. We'll just put that there. All right, with KMT, it's just 1. So Japan goes up 1 versus KMT. And that is easy enough to denote. We're going to put on one of the warlords for China. That's 1, so we know we went up 1 for them. And actually, we go up 2 more for KMT because we took back Yan'an. So that's 3 then on the KMT. The KMT will drop. So the KMT right now is down to $4. But I am sure the British will come and take that and make them all happy again. Okay, so now we're going to put on our build. And our build is pretty simple stuff. We've got 2 men coming into Siam with the artillery. We have a Siamese infantry coming in as well. Then we have 2 mechs in Shanghai with an artillery. We have 2 mechs in Peking with an artillery. And then we have 8 infantry. And we're going to just divvy them up a little bit. But actually, we're not. We're not, because we'll just put a fighter here and a fighter here, and they will guard against the inevitable assault that is coming. Oh, and don't forget, I did do non-combat. I did mark them, so they're going to come over here to the Caroline. So my one sub is staying on convoy. It's going to force the Americans to take action, which I'm sure they will take with glee. All right, so that is everything now, and I will change the boards. Soviets are 1. So Japan goes up 1 on the Soviets. So Japan this turn, for all the fuss and bother, I'll use a partisan marker for the Soviets. They've gone up $11. So not a massive amount, but it will help, and we do get a $5 bonus for Singapore, which is handy. All right, well, that is everything. So now it's up to the Allies, and I'm sure they have a lot of things they are going to do. And I think I actually didn't want to put both of these here. I don't even know if I wanted to put one else. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can't reach me there. So I'm going to put them by Guam. Yeah, that's everything. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, folks. And what can I say? Watch out for those Canadian transports and those Dutch coastal subs. I sure like rolling 1s for my opponent. I don't know why I like doing that so much.
Oh, what a nice guy.
I wish he'd do it for me. Hey? Huh? Hunt like David? What do you think? Do a solid for the Hilltop? What do you think? All right, folks. It's a great game. Allies are getting the momentum going here, so we do have to be careful. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you at the end of turn 5 with Italy, and then turn 6 likely be the Battle for Moscow, which if it's a failure, that will probably be it for the Axis. I don't see them continuing on if we fail at Moscow, so we're kind of all in. And that's always a scary proposition, but there you have it. May the dice please be with me.